Good evening, everybody. This is going to be a video just to hopefully it's a short one, just to rant. Something's been bothering me, and I got to come out and say it. There is an article posted by WDWNT, which is Walt Disney World News Today. I will leave the video, I will leave the article in which has the video that they reported today. I'll leave that link in my description below. Watch it very carefully. The video is within the article, so if you just click on that, you'll see a better idea of what I'm going to be discussing here. A disclaimer here, this video is not really for kids, so I'm gonna try and hold my tongue on this. This was very hard for me. Walt Disney World News Today also has a Facebook page, and this is where I first found out about the article. Story is about a grandmother. It said in the article grandmother, but it says parent, so I guess it would be the grandmother. African-American family, or in Disneyland. I'm just going to see if I can give you the short version of this. Kids wanted to meet Rapunzel. Rapunzel is standing. They went up to meet Rapunzel, and I don't know if Rapunzel just had to leave or what. She just walked away, totally, in my opinion, with my own two eyes, snubbing these two children, and kept walking. In fact, of where the parent kept saying, ma'am, excuse me, ma'am, excuse me. Now, the parent was being nice, and I thought I commend the guardian on this, of these two children. They really, first when the kids wanted to run up and meet Rapunzel, they ran for a long. She says, wait a minute. Go stand on the line. Don't just interrupt. Just go stand on the line and you'll be. Parent was very respectable as that matter, and I commend them for that. But what happens next is just it's just unbelievable of how the person who has the character thinks that they can actually get away with this. And I hope the video itself goes viral and slingshots around the world 90 times, because this needs to be shown. Now, things happen every day. I get that. And the reason why I'm saying this is because there was a situation in Pennsylvania, which is Sesame Place, and that theme park is dedicated to Sesame Street. They had an instance, I want to say last month, or maybe at the beginning of this, doesn't really freaking matter. It was on my evening news, where two children were watching the parade. Character comes along, he's shaking hands and high-fiving with all the other kids, except for two children that are standing, waiting for him. They put their hands out, he went like this and kept moving. Now, you can take it two ways. Either he did this to say hi, but it didn't really look that way. Just saying. He did this, in other words, to say no, and walked away. But yet he shook the hands of every other child. I guess you know where I'm going to go with that. They were also African-American children. Nice way to set examples, let me tell you. Going back to Disneyland. By the way, this incident happened at Disneyland, not Disney World, with the Rapunzel situation. What got to me was a few things. The first thing is when the children ran up, the grandmother says, she says, wait on the line. She says, well, where does the line form? She asked the assistant of Rapunzel, which was a man. He says, no, there's no line. He says, there's no line. We're just walking around. Okay. Now, I know characters like that, it's like a tease. Because kids and families want to interact with you. They want to take photos with you. So if there ain't no line, there's going to be a damn line. But the fact that, oh no, we're just walking around. She says, oh, okay, oh, cool. She says, okay, wait. She's telling the kids, okay, no, hold on. You're going to get to meet her. She says, what happens next is that Rapunzel takes a shot with some other child and turns around and walks away. These children were excited to meet you. Children get excited. That's their thing. You're supposed to get excited. To some kids, their characters are rock stars to them. Kids are trying to talk to Rapunzel. Rapunzel's still walking. Wow. I knew I was going to do this and I was trying to hold it. It bothered me the the children are saying, Rapunzel, and the woman's going, but ma'am, you didn't say hello to my kids. She says, you're just walking away like that? You know what? You didn't say nothing? Woman was still respectable, because I'll be honest with you, I don't think I could have been. No. I'm from New York. We're tough. We're not going to put up with something like that. Okay? The fact that the kid had said something that broke my heart. The kid says, what about us? Ma'am, Rapunzel, what about us? I lost it. I must have watched this video like 20 times. Son of a man, this company, man. It's not even the company. It's just the people involved that are working there. I know it happens. It happens almost all the time. It happens every day. You gotta put a stop to it. Why don't you correct it? Why is it the fact that people have to correct something after the fact that something happens? The thing is, that broke my heart. But the fact that Rapunzel in the video is still continuing to walk away, and they're walking away a little bit of a fast pace. They're probably figuring like, she's probably telling the assistant, get me the hell out of here. Well, freak you, lady. I mean, really, I'm mad now. This throws gas on the fire. And you know what? I think the grandmother or the parent, whoever, the article said grandmother, you'll see that. The fact that she did bring up the situation of what happened at Sesame Place. Oh, I see. She says, I understand now. She says, this is like the Elmo meeting all over again. This is like Elmo. And what is, I don't think it was Elmo though. Elmo is the red character. The character that they showed on the news was a blue character, so it wasn't Elmo. It doesn't matter. It was a character that snubbed a child. Totally ignoring the child. What made this even, to me, the video couldn't get any worse. What happens next, I'm going, oh, here we go. Rapunzel is walking. Now, if you gotta go, now she says, oh, sir, she says, the guy that's with Rapunzel, she says, sir, she didn't even say hello to my kids. She's just walking away like that. So he said something to her along the lines of, oh, well, we have to go now, he says. You're walking around the park. It's not a real totally set thing. It wasn't really timed. Maybe you have to be out there for a certain amount of time. But the rudeness, there is no excuse for the rudeness. No, absolutely. You couldn't possibly say anything to me that's going to make this any better. You couldn't convince me of anything. What happens next? That's when he said that to her. She says, oh, I understand now. She says, yeah, it's like the Elmo situation. So the kid knew what Grandma was talking about. She says, yeah. She says, I remember. She says, yeah. She says, yeah. And she made the comment about the character was passing by. Yeah, the character ignored all the black children. Doesn't matter what color you are, but I totally understand that parent. This was no exception. This was no excuse. So, she's now a little bit closer to Rapunzel. Rapunzel has to stop. And there's a very good reason. It's because 3 other children came running up to her. And Rapunzel is interacting with these other 3 children. I thought you had to leave. Still ignoring the 2 children standing on the side. It's wrong. It's wrong. Just as the video ends, Rapunzel then looks up and looks at the 2 children. That's where the video ends. Many people brought up well, what happened when the video? You know what? It doesn't matter. The fact that the children had to work hard, if Rapunzel's even going to pay attention to them at that point, it didn't matter. The beginning of the video is what ruined the whole thing. The beginning of the video is what Disney and that company is going to have to explain. It is wrong. It is wrong. It is wrong. Now, Facebook page for WDWNT. Now, I voiced my opinion because I cannot hold that back. And in my disclaimer on my Instagram, I don't sugarcoat anything. I get a meme saying, oh, stop being dramatic. Listen, I'm not dramatic, because if it was your kid, you would feel the same way. Then some other lady says, oh, well, my children, we had that happen to us too, and then the character walked away, so we just let it go. We just let it go and we walked away. I said, well, that's good for you. Okay, so some people can't do that. I said, you must be an annual pass holder, that you could go down there at least once or twice, maybe 3 times a week, and see characters all you want. So your opinion, just keep it moving. Okay? Because I got mad. I mean, I could take a baseball bat to these opinions and just start swinging them away. That's what I felt like. The ignorance of many people. It is ridiculous. So with that being said, I'm going to post the article in the description box. Check it out for yourselves if you haven't already seen it. I played it quite a few times. I don't like it. I don't condone it. Every child deserves the right. You couldn't take 2 seconds to you could have said anything to the child. Say, oh, lovely. Thank you so much for coming here to meet me. I will, if you could come back and see me again sometime, and that would be lovely. It was wonderful speaking to you, and take a photo with them. You could have did anything. There was no excuse for it. None. Absolutely none. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for listening to this. If you see the video, you read the article. WDWNT is on the mark with this one. It was good to report this. This needs to get out, and it needed to be shown. I mean, it happens all the time, I'm sure. But you think with all the mistakes that this company makes, you'd think they would have cleared that up by now, but they don't do that. All right, people. Have a good night. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.